Are you in your 70s or headed there and still determined to build strength, maintain your energy, and preserve your body so you stay active, vital, and independent? Many believe that once you hit 70, the muscle gains ship has sailed, but here's what's really going on inside your body. Age doesn't automatically mean you lose muscle at a fixed rate. You become less efficient at building it. Let me explain with a simple analogy. Think of your muscles like a factory. When you were younger, that factory ran full speed, raw materials, amino acids, hormones, nutrients came in, the machine's muscle cells processed them, and new product muscle fiber came out. As you age, a few things shift, the supply line slows, the machines need more co-gassing, the thermostat hormonal signals is less responsive, and the factory works less efficiently. The good news, you can reboot that factory. You can upgrade the supply line, lubricate the gears, and fire up the machines again. Why does this matter? Because muscle is not just about looking good. Muscle is critical for metabolism, energy, fat burning, hormonal health, insulin sensitivity, liver function, joint stability, independence as you age, and yes, longevity. Losing muscle and strength is one of the root causes of frailty, fatigue, slower metabolism, and increased risk of falls and chronic disease. Fixing the muscle loss symptom is not enough. We must address the root cause, the factory slowdown, and give it the right fuel and signals. Here's what the research shows. Older adults need higher quality protein, more targeted timing, and resistance training to fight what's called anabolic resistance, the diminished response of muscle to the usual building signals. And here's a surprise, eggs. Yes, good old eggs, while healthy, may not be the optimal go-to for your muscle factory when you're 70 plus. In fact, there is a protein that works better than eggs in this context. We'll unpack which one, why it outperforms eggs, and exactly how to use it in your protocol. By the end of this video, you will understand 6 key science-backed insights, what changes inside your body after 70, how your metabolism, hormones, and muscles interact, why protein type matters more than many think, how to distribute your protein and timing around workouts, how to combine this with training and lifestyle, and how to avoid common mistakes older adults make. Then you'll get actionable tools, how much protein, what type, when to eat it, how to train, and how to make this sustainable. If you're ready to reboot your muscle factory, boost your energy, improve your metabolic health, and protect your longevity, let's dive in. Let's start with what actually changes inside your body after 70 and why the same foods that used to help you build muscle in your 40s or 50s may no longer work the same way. Here's what's really going on inside your body. After 70, your muscles become less responsive to protein. This condition is known as anabolic resistance. Think of it like your muscle cells wearing noise-canceling headphones. The protein you eat is still entering your bloodstream, but your muscle cells are no longer hearing the build signal as clearly. That means even if you eat enough protein, your body may not efficiently convert it into muscle tissue. Now, why does this happen? 3 main factors drive it. First, there is a decline in muscle-building hormones such as testosterone and growth hormone, which reduces your anabolic signaling. Second, inflammation and oxidative stress rise with age, interfering with your muscle cells' ability to use amino acids. And third, your mitochondria, the power generators inside your muscle cells, slow down, meaning your recovery and repair process becomes less efficient. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your muscles are a garden. When you are younger, the soil is rich, moist, and well-fed. Seeds sprout quickly. As you age, the soil becomes dry and compacted. You can still plant seeds, but they take longer to grow and require better fertilizer, more sunlight, and care. In the same way, your muscles still respond to protein, but they now need a higher quality source and more precise timing to truly flourish. Research has shown that older adults need nearly double the protein per meal compared to younger individuals to achieve the same level of muscle synthesis. But here's the critical point. It's not just the amount, it's the type and distribution. Certain proteins contain amino acids that act as direct switches for muscle growth. Leucine, in particular, plays a key role by triggering the M2R pathway, the body's main muscle building switch. Now, here is where many people go wrong. They rely on traditional sources like eggs or mixed plant proteins that contain lower leucine concentrations. Eggs are excellent for general nutrition, but when it comes to stimulating muscle protein synthesis after 70, they may not pack enough punch per serving. If this is helpful so far, tap the hype button below and consider subscribing. I post content like this every day to help you rebuild strength, energy, and metabolic health naturally. The supplements we are discussing in this video are tagged with the video and can be found from online stores. The key takeaway here is this: your muscles are still capable of growth, but the signals need to be stronger and clearer. You need higher leucine density, better timing, and metabolic support to overcome anabolic resistance. In the next section, we will uncover the specific protein that beats eggs in its ability to activate muscle growth and why it is uniquely suited for people in their 70s and beyond. Now let's talk about the star of this video, the protein that works better than eggs for rebuilding muscle after 70. It's called whey protein isolate, and it's one of the most studied, powerful, and fast-acting proteins you can use to reverse age-related muscle loss. Here's why this matters. When you eat eggs, your body must go through a long digestion process to separate the protein from fat and yolk components. It's a steady source, but not an efficient signal. Whey isolate, on the other hand, is pure protein, stripped of most lactose and fat, and rapidly absorbed. Within minutes, it delivers amino acids, especially leucine, isoleucine, and valine, straight into your bloodstream, triggering the muscle-building switch called M2R. Think of it like this: eggs are a slow phone call to your muscles saying start building, while whey isolate is a direct text message with an urgent alert. The message gets through faster and louder. That's what your older muscle cells need: a clear, powerful signal that cuts through the noise of anabolic resistance. What the research shows is remarkable. Studies comparing whey protein to other sources, including eggs, show that whey stimulates up to 40% greater muscle protein synthesis in older adults. This is not because it contains more protein per gram, but because its amino acid profile and digestibility score are almost perfect. Whey isolate scores 100 on the protein digestibility corrected amino acid scale, meaning your body uses nearly every bit of it. Here's what's really happening inside your body when you consume whey isolate. The quick flood of amino acids, especially leucine, activates the M2R pathway in your muscle fibers, signaling your body to start synthesizing new muscle tissue immediately. This process is called the anabolic window, and it's strongest when your blood amino acid levels rise quickly, something whey isolate excels at. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine two men in their 70s doing light resistance training. Both eat the same total protein amount daily. One uses eggs as his main source. The other adds a scoop of whey isolate after training. After 12 weeks, the second man consistently shows higher lean mass, faster recovery, and improved muscle thickness. The difference is not the calories, it's the signal quality. Now, here's how to make this practical. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of whey isolate once or twice a day. The most effective timing is immediately after your workout, when your muscles are most receptive, and optionally once more in the morning to support recovery. If you prefer whole foods, you can still combine whey with natural sources like Greek yogurt or nut butter for balance. Another tip: look for a clean, high-quality isolate without added sugars or artificial ingredients. Some blends also include extra leucine or hydrolyzed peptides, which further enhance absorption. By upgrading your protein source to whey isolate, you give your aging muscles exactly what they need: rapid amino acid delivery, high leucine concentration, and minimal digestive burden. In the next section, we'll explore how to time and distribute your protein throughout the day to maximize its effect, because even the best protein won't work efficiently if your body's timing signals are off. Now that you know which protein beats eggs for rebuilding strength, the next step is learning how to use it. Timing and distribution are the secret weapons that can turn the same amount of protein into dramatically more muscle after 70. Here is what's really going on inside your body. Your muscles can only absorb and utilize a certain amount of amino acids at one time. Eating a big steak or a heavy protein meal once a day does not mean all that protein goes straight into your muscles. Much of it gets oxidized or converted to glucose. The body works best when amino acids arrive in small, steady pulses, like waves washing over a shore, not a single giant splash. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your muscles as a sponge that can only hold a certain amount of water. Once that sponge is full, pouring in more water does nothing, it just spills over the sides. But if you squeeze the sponge a little throughout the day and add water again, it absorbs more each time. That is exactly how muscle protein synthesis behaves. You need multiple small doses of high-quality protein to keep it activated. Here is how you can structure this in practice. Divide your total protein into 3 or 4 equal meals spaced about 4 to 5 hours apart. Each meal should contain at least 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein. Include a mix of sources, Whey isolate for its rapid effect, and whole foods like fish, chicken, or lentils for sustained support. The most crucial window, however, is the post-workout period. After resistance training, your muscle cells become like open doors, hungry for amino acids. This is the ideal time to consume your Whey isolate shake. Within 30 minutes of finishing your workout, aim for 25 to 30 grams of isolate to flood your bloodstream with leucine and other branch-chain amino acids. This quick delivery reactivates the mTOR pathway and sets the rebuilding process in motion. If you do not train daily, you can still use this principle. Have one serving of Whey isolate in the morning to stop overnight muscle breakdown, and another with your most active meal of the day, such as after a walk or light physical activity. Movement increases insulin sensitivity, helping those amino acids reach your muscles more efficiently. Now, here's where many older adults go wrong. They eat a light breakfast, skip lunch, and load up on dinner. That pattern starves your muscles during the day and overloads them at night when your metabolic rate slows. Reversing this by adding more protein earlier and distributing it evenly keeps your body in a constant state of repair. If this is helpful so far, tap the hype button below and consider subscribing. I post content like this every day to help you optimize muscle, metabolism, and energy naturally. The supplements we are discussing are tagged with the video and can be found from online stores. To make it even more effective, combine your protein intake with light resistance movements. Simple actions like chair squats, band pulls, or slow wall push-ups right before eating help your body switch on protein uptake. It's like priming the sponge before adding water. By understanding and mastering timing, you can make your protein work with your body instead of against it. In the next section, we will go deeper into how your liver, insulin sensitivity, and hormones control your muscle building efficiency and how you can repair those deeper systems to unlock full strength again. Now, let's uncover a truth that most people never connect to muscle building. After 70, your ability to grow and maintain muscle isn't just about protein or exercise. It depends heavily on your liver, insulin sensitivity, and hormones. These 3 systems are the metabolic command center that control whether your body stores nutrients as fat or builds them into muscle. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Your liver acts as the first checkpoint for every nutrient you eat, especially amino acids from protein. If your liver is sluggish, inflamed, or overloaded with fat, it cannot properly distribute those amino acids to your muscles. Instead, it diverts them into glucose or triglyceride production, slowing down muscle repair. That's why many older adults eat enough protein but still lose muscle. The delivery system is jammed. Now let's talk about insulin sensitivity. Insulin is not just about blood sugar, it's also an anabolic hormone, meaning it helps shuttle amino acids into muscle cells. When your body becomes insulin resistant, that signal weakens. Your muscle cells stop listening to insulin while fat cells keep responding. The result? More storage in fat tissue, less delivery to muscle. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your liver and insulin system like a postal service. When you were younger, it delivered every package, nutrients right on time. As you age, the delivery trucks get slower, the routes get congested, and some addresses are no longer reachable. You can keep ordering more packages, eating more protein, but if the system is broken, your muscles will never get the delivery. So how do you fix this? You start with metabolic repair. Support your liver by reducing refined sugars, processed oils, and late-night snacking. Replace them with fiber-rich vegetables, clean fats like olive oil or avocado, and intermittent fasting if your doctor approves. A nightly fasting window of 12 to 14 hours can give your liver the break it needs to clear out stored fat and regenerate. Next, improve your insulin sensitivity. Strength training and walking after meals are powerful tools. Even a 10-minute walk after eating can lower post-meal glucose and help insulin move nutrients more effectively. Include foods rich in magnesium, chromium, and omega-3 ces, which enhance insulin response naturally. And finally, address your hormonal balance. After 70, lower testosterone, estrogen, and growth hormone levels can slow protein synthesis. While medical hormone therapy is one option under supervision, natural support through sleep, resistance training, and vitamin D optimization can significantly help. Vitamin D acts as a hormone that supports testosterone and growth hormone activity, both essential for rebuilding muscle. Here's the powerful takeaway. If your liver is clean, your insulin is responsive, and your hormones are balanced, every gram of protein you eat becomes more efficient. Your muscle cells receive the full signal, and your body starts using nutrients to build instead of store. This is the hidden root cause of why some older adults respond beautifully to protein and training, while others struggle despite doing the same routine. The difference lies not in the gym or the kitchen, but in the metabolic systems that control nutrient flow. In the next section, we will connect all of this to movement, how the right kind of resistance training amplifies these effects and turns every protein meal into muscle-building fuel. Now that your metabolic engine is firing and your protein signals are optimized, let's talk about the real-world trigger that locks it all in: resistance training. This is the key that makes your protein work. Without it, even the best diet and supplements fall short. Here's what's really happening inside your body. Muscles do not just grow because of what you eat. They grow because they are given a reason to adapt. When you lift a weight, push against resistance, or even perform body weight movements, you create tiny mechanical stress in the muscle fibers. That stress sends a powerful biochemical message to your body. We need to rebuild stronger. Think of resistance training as flipping a master switch. It activates the same mTOR pathway that leucine from your protein stimulates, but through a different signal. When both signals arrive together, the effect multiplies. It is like turning on both the ignition and the accelerator in your car at the same time. That combination is what truly drives muscle growth, even at 70 or beyond. Now, many older adults shy away from strength training because they fear injury or believe they are too old for it. The truth is, you can rebuild strength safely with the right approach. You do not need heavy barbells or intense workouts. You need consistent resistance applied progressively. Start with bodyweight movements, chair squats, wall push-ups, or standing calf raises. These simple actions awaken dormant muscle fibers and improve balance and stability. Then gradually introduce light dumbbells or resistance bands. Focus on slow, controlled movements and exhaling as you lift. 3 sessions a week, lasting 20 to 30 minutes, are enough to trigger measurable muscle gains. Here's a whiteboard-style view of what happens when you do this. Your muscle fibers experience mild stress. Your body releases growth factors that travel to those muscles. Your bloodstream floods with amino acids from your diet. The two signals meet inside the muscle cell and synthesis begins. That's when repair turns into growth. The more consistently you repeat this process, the stronger the signal becomes and the more efficiently your body uses every gram of protein you eat. One of the most overlooked benefits of resistance training after 70 is that it also improves insulin sensitivity and liver function. Every contraction you make helps your muscles pull glucose out of the bloodstream, which lowers blood sugar and makes insulin more effective. In essence, your muscles become metabolic sponges, soaking up nutrients instead of leaving them to circulate as excess sugar or fat. If this is helpful so far, tap the hype button below and consider subscribing. I post content like this every day to help you maintain your strength, rebuild energy, and live vibrantly at every age. The supplements we are discussing are tagged with the video and can be found from online stores. The best time to combine resistance training and whey isolate is within the same hour. A short training session followed by your protein shake creates a synergy that maximizes your anabolic response. This routine does not just build muscle, it also strengthens bones, supports balance, and boosts cognitive function by improving blood flow to the brain. In the next section, we will complete this picture by looking at recovery, the most underrated phase of muscle building. You will learn how sleep, hydration, and key micronutrients determine whether your muscles truly grow or remain stuck in maintenance mode. Now that you know how protein, timing, and resistance training work together, we need to focus on the most overlooked phase of all recovery. This is where the actual growth happens. The hours between your workouts and meals determine whether your muscles rebuild stronger or remain in a constant state of breakdown. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Every time you exercise, you create tiny micro tears in your muscle fibers. That's a good thing, it's the trigger for growth. But your body can only repair those tears when it's in a restorative state. When cortisol is low, blood flow is adequate, and amino acids are available, without proper recovery, your body stays in survival mode, using protein for energy instead of repair. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your body as a construction site. The workout is like breaking down an old structure to make room for something new. But unless your construction crew, your recovery system, shows up with the right tools and materials, the rebuilding never happens. Sleep, hydration, and micronutrients are those tools. Sleep is the #1 muscle building supplement most people forget. During deep sleep, your pituitary gland releases growth hormone, the key hormone that drives tissue repair. After 70, natural growth hormone levels are lower, which makes quality sleep even more important. Aim for 7 to 8 hours per night and focus on sleep quality over quantity. Avoid eating large meals or drinking caffeine late in the day. Create a dark, cool, quiet environment so your nervous system can fully reset. Hydration is the next critical factor. Muscle tissue is nearly 70% water. Even mild dehydration can reduce strength, slow nutrient transport, and delay recovery. A good rule of thumb is half your body weight in ounces of water daily, spread evenly throughout the day. Include electrolytes from natural sources like coconut water, sea salt, or mineral supplements if you sweat regularly or live in a warm climate. Then there are micronutrients, the silent drivers of muscle metabolism. Magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D play leading roles in protein synthesis and hormonal balance. Magnesium helps muscles relax and recover. Zinc supports testosterone and immune function. Vitamin D enhances calcium absorption and muscle contraction strength. A quick evening ritual that works beautifully for older adults is combining a magnesium-rich drink with light stretching or slow breathing before bed. This lowers cortisol, calms the nervous system, and helps your body shift from stress mode into repair mode. Here's what the research shows. People who sleep deeply, stay hydrated, and maintain optimal vitamin D and magnesium levels can experience up to 30% greater muscle recovery and growth, even with the same exercise and protein intake. The takeaway here is simple. Recovery is not passive. It is an active process that determines whether your efforts pay off. You do not grow in the gym or at the table. You grow in the quiet hours afterward. Prioritize your sleep, nourish your body with minerals, and respect rest as part of your training plan. So let's bring everything together. You now know that building muscle after 70 is not about fighting against age. It's about understanding how your body changes and working with it. Your muscles have not forgotten how to grow. They simply need a louder signal, cleaner fuel, and a more efficient recovery system. Here's the big picture of what's happening inside your body. Your liver distributes amino acids. Your insulin pathways decide where they go. Your hormones direct the message, your workouts create the stimulus, and your protein, especially whey isolate, provides the raw materials. When all these pieces line up, your body becomes incredibly efficient at building strength, no matter your age. Think back to that muscle factory analogy from earlier. At 70, the factory slows down, but the machinery is still there. Whey isolate acts as the upgraded fuel that restarts the engines. Resistance training flips the main switch that activates production. Proper timing keeps the assembly line running smoothly. And recovery, deep sleep, hydration, and micronutrients ensures that every new muscle fiber is strong and lasting. If you follow this process, clean up your liver, improve your insulin sensitivity, train consistently, use whey isolate at the right times, and prioritize recovery, you will notice real, visible progress. Your energy rises, your metabolism steadies, your body composition improves. Everyday movements like climbing stairs, standing up from a chair, or carrying groceries start to feel lighter and more stable. Here's what the research shows. Older adults who combine high-quality protein like whey isolate with consistent resistance training can rebuild lean mass, improve strength, and even reverse age-related muscle decline. That means you can become stronger at 75 than you were at 65, and that strength carries over to your heart, brain, and metabolism. So, here's my challenge for you. Starting today, take just one of these steps. Maybe it's adding a daily whey isolate shake. Maybe it's doing 10 minutes of resistance band training, or maybe it's going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Small steps, done consistently, rebuild not only muscle, but confidence, independence, and vitality. Remember, your body is not giving up on you. It is waiting for you to give it the right signals. Strength at 70 and beyond is not luck or genetics. It is science applied consistently and wisely. If this added value, like the video and subscribe to join others optimizing their health naturally. Together we can rewrite what aging looks like, one strong, healthy muscle at a time.